Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Tuesday workout. We're going to begin with a 400-meter jog and then a 200-meter jog to begin the second round of warm-ups. Then we're going to do some drinking bird. So that is our hip hinge with a stagger stance. Emphasis whenever we do the hip hinge, especially on the drinking bird, pretend like this is the same posture I use when I'm doing my deadlift. So when I'm doing my deadlift, I would never be like this, hunching forward, right? I want to be shoulders pulled back, arching away from the ground, right? I just have a slight stagger to my stance and I'm taking steps. When I do that, if you need to pretend like you got a bar in your hands like that, that is fine, but make sure that you are replicating that good hinging pattern whenever we practice the drinking bird, and it's not just like a throwaway movement where I'm just like hunching towards the floor, okay? Cossack squat, feet flat on the ground, right? Whichever direction I'm rotating, that toe is gonna come up, and I'm trying to make that calf and that hamstring on the knee bent, on the bent knee leg, I want those two to come together. I'm just stretching in that bottom position and then extending both legs again, and then opposite direction, right? Again, toe of the leg that's straight should be pointed to the sky. The other one should be flat on the ground. Make sure you're not up on the ball of the foot on the knee that's bent, but I wanna be pushed away from the rig, so we're stretching out the hip and the hamstring on that movement. Next is a sumo inchworm, so nice wide stance, right? Try to plant both hands in line with your feet, walk out to the plank position. If you would like to add a push-up, feel free to add a push-up and then walk yourself back, right? And again, the point of these movements is not to get them over with as fast as possible, but it is to feel the stretch, feel the different joint positions, get as much as you can out of those warm-ups, and don't let them be throwaway movements, right? Wrist walks is the last one, so you can stay on the ground for that one. I like to just creep my hands over, press the top of my hand to the ground, and then creep them back to flat. You can go inside, outside like this, push your wrists to the outside, and then push them to the inside, but roll them over 5 times in each direction. And that kind of just prepares our grip and our hand and our wrist muscles for hanging on and for contacting the ground when we do the burpees, right? And that's gonna come up next is our 4-time workout. Guessing this is going to be in the 30-minute range, so think that moderate duration cardio with a monostructural cardiovascular movement, which is running. Obviously, if anybody needs to substitute running because of a medical issue, like say in the foot or the ankle or the knee, just swap for rowing, swap for biking in the same time domain and at approximately the same intensity. If you're running, I would like for you to make it a target to not walk, right? And a lot of times, the pace that you can start off with and the pace that you can finish with are drastically different when it comes to running, just based on your ability and your comfort level, your familiarity with your pace, right? So use the multiple reps of the 800 to learn what that pace is. And a lot of times it means starting off slower than you think you should. And what that does is preserve your energy throughout the duration of the event, and it lets you get through that whole thing without ever having to put your hands on your waist or hands on your knees and stop and rest, which is the goal, right? So it's learning that pace, learning about how you can get through the whole thing with the same level of effort throughout the whole 800, right? Then you're gonna do ascending, descending couplet of kettlebell swings, American style, and burpees, right? So the first round, you're gonna come in for 35 American kettlebell swings, right? So that's from the hips all the way to the overhead position, and 15 reps of a burpee. So hands, chest, chin, and thighs all on the ground, so fully laying down on the ground, and then up, jump and clap at the top, all right? Next set is gonna be a same duration run, and then your total is gonna add up to the same, but they're gonna shift up and shift down. So it's gonna be 25 kettlebell swings, 25 burpees. Then it's going to be 15 kettlebell swings and 35 burpees on the final round. And that is it. When you are done with that final set of 35 burpees, it is time, done, all right? That's it for this Tuesday. Hope you guys had a great one, and I'll see you on Wednesday.